Okay, and it's a clean start for 405. ERW running in the light-skinned vehicle, making a beeline for Charlie. Strike Team 6, slow start for them, sending only 4 guys to Foxtrot. That definitely seems sensible for me. Their fast vehicle, their light-skinned vehicle definitely wasn't as quickly out of the spawn as the 405 were on the British side, and it looks like 405 are going to be headed round to Echo, heading on the 6 o'clock there, definitely taking them in a very innovative manner there. We've got ERW, who's going to be running straight round, going to be providing a spawn, I would imagine, and leaving Medicine Owl on that objective. That has yet to be seen though. These guys just round the back there, and it looks like Strike Team 6 managed to secure Foxtrot and Delta, and will be moving on to Bravo. Not much resistance over at Bravo. Whether the main vanguard of 405 moves from Charlie over to Bravo and cuts them off at Delta is yet to be seen, but at the moment Bravo is pretty open, considering that's a heavy tank moving in. So I'm just going to land on Trap God here and see how he gets on. Looks like they're taking a few contacts there already, and he's just going to be covering his 6 o'clock there nicely. Moving round on the flank, making use of the rat run, almost getting picked by a grenade there, but just managed to hold back enough, and has a contact in the distance, fires and misses, and looks like his buddy's on it as well and has managed to put the contact down. Currently have 405 representing the Germans, and 405 representing the British, and Strike Team 6 representing the Germans. Did I get that right? I might not have got that right. Sorry, Strike Team 6 are definitely British, and 405 are definitely German. Apologies, guys. So if let's just land on Spike here for a minute, because he looks like he's a man with a mission as he heads around with the Hell Regal special variant, almost going to lock on a target there, but deciding to go for the melee hit instead. That was a fantastic little hit of his, managing to keep things silent. Then he's got another German coming out of the door, but he's already got sights locked down. This is a lovely little free piece we're seeing from Spike at the moment, and it's definitely worth a clip if anyone has the opportunity. He might be picking up the 4-piece here, but unfortunately going down to casualties there. 405 now coming in on locking down Charlie. As things stand, they seem to be capitalising on those central flags, which is good to see. At the moment, 405 very much running out strong in the lead. Strike Team 6 coming out a little bit weak there, straight from the off really. They were a little bit delayed getting out of the spawn. However, they have managed to get a flag majority, holding Foxtrot, Bravo and Alpha. My apologies, it's actually just an even draw of flags. And as far as 405, see, they've gone for the split. They're concentrating on Echo, Delta, Charlie. Charlie, though, looking like a bit of a swing flag. So I'm just going to land in there and see how things look. Currently 405 holding out strong both underneath and on top of the bridge. We have Spike on his own, just going down in the background there to Cash Me Klutz, and Strange Boys going down to Doomshot there. Aussie probably going to be the second 2-piece, and it looks like these guys are good at covering their corners and covering each other, which is what is important. And it looks like 405 are going to walk away with the capture there on Charlie. 405 still running out in the lead with 139 points to Strike Team 6 for 108 points. But Strike Team 6 have been holding strong up until now. However, they are down to 1 flag, with Foxtrot being a swing flag, and it looks like they are making an attempt on Alpha at the moment, but they are also making a very small attempt on Charlie. That's starting to look a little bit more like a larger attempt now, with more people spawn in to support the Strike Team 6 team moving into Charlie. However, 405 have the high ground, and it looks like casualties is moving in. Silly Strange Boy managing to get casualties there, just blocked by the bridge, and it looks like Strike Team 6 are holding firm on Charlie at the moment, irregardless of the fact that 405 have the high ground. Oh my god, unleashing his MG15 on them, not giving the guys at Strike Team 6 long to try and recapture Charlie. Let's just have a look at how things are going on at Alpha. Currently covering the front line here with Buffalo. He's holding back, he's got his C4 out, ready to go. And it looks like the guys are taking a few contacts from west there as well as south. So they are going to need to change up this approach at the moment, as they are only down to one flag. Buffalo unleashing a clip round there, but not managing any kills. So let's just change up and see how the rest of the team's doing. Currently, things at Bravo very much hotting up at the moment. 405 making a concerted effort, but it looks like, unfortunately, yes, G-Dog is down. He was a lone survivor there. Strike Team 6 holding firm on Bravo now. Only Noted Mastermind, who is providing a support spawn, I assume, there. To give them the option of hitting Bravo, and by the looks of it, one or two people are spawning on them there, and they've got the higher ground, which is going to give them the advantage. Night Lizard just managing to get the two-piece with a knife kill there, and that will definitely be worth the clip. Good knife skills from Night Lizard there, well worth seeing. And Sheldon coming in, Behaviour OG just managing to swipe him there with his Bukkake knife, and everyone is happy from the 405's point of view currently on Bravo. However, it does look like Strike Team 6 are coming in from Foxtrot direction, giving the 405 something to think about. Guys, if you like what you're listening to, if you like what you're watching, then hit that follow button. Currently watching Hardcore League, 405 versus Strike Team 6, 24 versus 24. And things are looking up for 405 at the moment. I was able to have a brief chat with 405's team leader briefly before the match. Unfortunately, they haven't had the best of starts. They have lost a couple of games, but it looks like they are well and truly getting into their swing of things here. So I'm glad to see. It's always nice to see when a newer community is able to you know, start doing well and start using their losses to really learn from and really adjust their gameplay from, and it looks like 405 are doing just that. But for the moment, I'm just going to land on Grey St. Maur, who's currently on top of the roof here at the moment. Not too sure what his objective is. He could really do with PTFOing, because as things stand at the moment, he has no objectives to speak of other than Charlie, and even Charlie is only a swing flag. Lavish Horse making his presence known for the guys at Strike Team 6, and it looks like Horror Show is coming in here to wipe the floor with Strike Team 6, and 405 moving in on Charlie with very little resistance, very little opportunity for resistance there from Strike Team 6, who have now reshifted their efforts, reshifted their thinking, and they're going to concentrate on Delta. We do see the use of smoke here to obscure the view. However, I don't know whether it's going to be enough to save the few members that are on strike on Delta at the moment, as 405 move in bulk, and I think they're going to put this capture on Delta to sleep. So guys, let's yeah, that's it. We got a troll in the chat. Oh, Hardcore League is rubbish. Oh well. What can you say? Get your gun skill up. Yeah. Right, let's check how the guys at 405 are getting on as they move across into Bravo at the moment. Not too much going on from Strike Team 6's position. They have currently been pushed off the majority of the objectives. A very weak attack currently on Alpha, but as we look at the top down, we see that they are getting surrounded by all four sides by the guys over at 405. So I think potentially this could be over and done with quite quickly, and you know, let's see. Right, Grey St. Maur just holding back there, just providing a spawn for his guys. Not too sure what his overall plan is here at the moment. As I say, these guys are now now losing by a best part of the 300 lead, and sorry, the 300 point deficit, and that's definitely going to be a struggle for them to come back from. However, this is a 1,000 ticket round, so there is plenty of sea room. If Strike Team 6 do decide to pick it up a little bit, then they've definitely got the time to do it. However, at the moment, from their performance so far, they're just not bringing their A game. However, one thing we do know about Strike Team 6 is that they are a team that does better as they get along, as the as the second round moves on. Generally, that's when we see Strike Team 6 really come into their own, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see this match go into overtime, based on the performance of 405 so far and based on what I know of Strike Team 6. Grace Horror Show just moving in there, getting the two-piece, managing to get a team kill by mistake. And looks like he's able to revive the guy and another dude, so he's managing to be a real good asset to his team at the moment. And it's always important to see at least one medic per squad, if not two. The team that doesn't have the most medics is basically the team that is going to lose. At the moment, 405 are now running very strongly, very much out in front. They've just hit that 300 ticket marker, and Strike Team 6 are struggling to pull back at the moment on objectives. However, they have temporarily managed to get Delta, Charlie and Alpha, Foxtrot as well, but I doubt they're actually going to manage to cap that, as there's only one member still alive at Foxtrot. Let's just see how he gets on. Murphy Zoom just holding it out there. They don't seem to appreciate that he's just there, and it looks like he just got axed by Kashmir Klutz, and the guys managing to lock things down at Foxtrot for 405. So definitely so far so good. Let's have a look at this lone wolf here at the moment. Murphy moving in on his own, just trying to tag a contact going left to right there, but he managed to zip in the building nice and quickly, and that was unfortunate for him as he just went down. Let's just see how we're looking from the overall point of view here on round 1, map 1, Amiens. And at the moment, Strike Team 6 definitely making a more concerted effort. They've not managed to allow that points deficit to shift more than 300 points, so they're managing to hold strong there, and it's just going to be down to 405 now to be able to hold out firm and keep up the pace. As I say, they are running at the 300 point deficit mark. So Strike Team 6 could be in a good position to come back here. They've still got the points to do it with. However, if they're going to do it, it needs to be sooner rather than later. Otherwise, they are going to find that it's going to be too late. Alright, let's just have a look and see how things look over at Echo towards Foxtrot, because it looks like Strike Team 6 is now making a very concerted effort on Foxtrot. They've established that they want this flag and it's going to be tactically important to them, and they've managed to actually take it there, which is very handy. And it looks like the Strike Team 6 has gone down there. Foggy coming in with the bit, he's making it rain. Thank you very much, Foggy, really appreciate that, dude. You want me to cover some EWR for you? That's not a problem, my friend. Give me a second, let me get into the right. There we go, EWR. Let's take a look, see how he's getting on. Making use of the Hell Regal at the moment. Holding out firm on Foxtrot, leading his boys. Someone going down there, sniper in the background off towards the southwest. And these guys are going to have to step up their defence, utilising the cover, because that sniper is in a very good position to outflank them. And EWR going down to Screw 09, unfortunately. Let's just see where EWR comes back in. For the moment, I'm just going to land on G-Dog, see how he's getting on.
We have lost objective Freddy.
And looks like Alpha is firm in for 405. But we've got 1 or 2 Strike Team 6 members trying to make an attempt on Bravo, but as things stand, they're not really having much luck. 405 moving in quite strong there, and very little resistance from Strike Team 6. And we've got Blessing Wind here, just going around the 6 o'clock, getting a 1 piece there. Just managing to, unfortunately, left it at 1 piece as Sideshow Bob 27 puts the hurt down on him. And looking at the top-down perspective, guys, at the moment, Strike Team 6 holding Delta Charlie Alpha, and with 405 holding Foxtrot and Bravo. Looks like Strike Team 6 making an attempt on Echo there as well, but they're gonna have to work harder than that. Let's just go back to ERW there, see how he's getting on after he went down on Foxtrot before. Looks like these guys are just clearing out foxholes at the moment, committing war crimes and atrocities, and rolling through. Happy they've got Foxtrot now. I assume they're going to be turning their attention to Echo. ERW is squad leader, so it'll be down to his decision as to what the squad's going to be doing. And it looks, for the moment, looks like they've got a little bit of business to finish off here at Foxtrot. But now the guys, I hear footsteps, and it looks like ERW going down to Shellner there. And 405 struggling now a little bit on Foxtrot as Strike Team 6 move in, supported by a tank. Just have a look how Buffalo's getting on here. Buffalo just going down. Looks like I'm going to start cursing people. Yeah, you want to make sure the ground is dead, you know. What is dead may never die. Let's just get a look at that top-down perspective again, guys, because at the moment it looks like Strike Team 6 are managing to still hold firm with 290-point deficit to 405's 745 tickets. These guys are definitely going to need to pull their fingers out, which they are doing. They're now looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flags potentially capped. So as I say, Strike Team 6 proving me right there, proving things that they definitely can make a comeback. They are definitely very good at that. Sometimes I wonder whether they do it to themselves almost like sadistically, just because they like to, you know, push themselves for that real sort of hard win. And Silly Strange Boy managing to shoot a lot of air there, not managing to get any kills, unfortunately for him. Managing to get the 1 piece there though. And looks like he's in a good position now to cover these guys. Managing to get the 2 piece and making that 3 piece. Holding out firm here on Alpha. Unfortunately going down to the Savage with his Kukri knife. That was some savagery right there. I'm just going to cover Rusty Cornhole. He covers a little quiet spot on Alpha, giving Strike Team 6 all the opportunity they need to get run out there in the open and get killed. But really, the tide has turned here dramatically. The Strike Team 6 now holding almost all the objectives, and 405 down to 1 being Foxtrot. It's definitely got interesting in the last 5 minutes or so. I told you that Strike Team 6 are better as they get warmed up, and they have definitely proved me right there. At the moment it looks like though the guys at 405 are making a concerted effort on Echo, losing their rear guard to go and defend on Foxtrot, which is now getting taken out by the Strike Team members on that flag. Another point to think is the train, my apologies, is fully intact and is able to cover Delta and Charlie, meaning that all the infantry and all the armour can pretty much cover the outside flags.
We have lost.
Hence why you've got Strike Team 6 concentrating themselves so much on Alpha and Foxtrot. Just gonna jump back into see if I can catch up with ERW for a minute, and I'd be interested to see how he's going to approach this, because he's seen his guys turn from a very strong team, and it just seems to have crumbled on them very quickly. So Strike Team 6 really are coming up strong now. They've managed to get that down to a clean 200 points divide, and well, as we move into the last 200 points of the round, it'll be interesting to see whether they're really able to pull this back, or whether it's just going to be a temporary stoppage in their what has been an arterial bleed so far. And these guys got contacts coming in right, left and centre, but looks like Funkmaster Kush was just able to... Oh, sorry, my bad. Mikey was able to get Funkmaster Kush there. And Horror Show just making an attempt now to get round on the backside of Alpha from his spawn. Don't know how successful he's going to be. Looks like Strike Team 6 are firmly implemented on that flag. Their position is strong. All they have to do is sit back and let them expose themselves once they leave this building that Horror Show is just about to leave. And across this road, and oh, looks like Horror Show anticipated that quite well there, and I'm glad to see. And Strike Team 6 still holding out firm there, and it's down to 100. Well, almost, you know, it's not far off 200 points divide now. It's probably getting closer to 175. So Strike Team 6 are really getting their confident second win now. Let's just have a look at Lavish Horse here, on his own, lone wolfing at the moment, but really helping his team out by capturing Delta. It does look like the guys have changed their tactics up now, and they're sending less people to more objectives. So 405 is definitely going to have to drop off Delta there. They've well and truly lost their position there. If he doesn't get out in time, a silly Strange Boy is going to come around and flank him, and that's what happened, leaving Delta firmly in charge. Sorry, leaving Strike Team 6 firmly in charge of Delta and Charlie. At the moment, looks like the guys between Echo and Foxtrot at 405 are pushing firm with a very weak defence by Strike Team 6 at Foxtrot. But Strike Team 6 could probably afford to lose Foxtrot as things stand at the moment. Poor guy is well and truly on his own. He's managed to get the one piece there, and just got taken out by casualties, leaving 405 with an open flag there. I don't think Strike Team 6 will be spawning back in on Foxtrot. I would imagine they will head to Echo now. If they have any common sense about them, they need to head to Echo, because they need to be where 405 are not. And that is definitely Foxtrot at the moment. So, but it doesn't look like Strike Team 6 have realised that Echo is completely open. They're concentrating themselves on Bravo, which I can't say as I blame them, because Bravo, strategically speaking, is a very important flag, because it gives you such great access to the rest of the map. And it looks like Strike Team 6 running as one strong vanguard on Bravo, making use of the main streets rather than rat runs, and as well as Bravo being captured, it looks like we have some advanced forces making an attempt on Alpha. However, they are struggling, but with the support coming in, the main infantry vanguard, I would imagine we're going to see Strike Team 6 take Alpha back, leaving 405 with just Echo and Foxtrot again. They could hold Echo and Foxtrot definitely in quite a strong way, but whoever's on that train needs to be really careful where those rounds are going, because we're on hardcore. Very little room for error. All he has to do is bring down the wrong building, and he can kill his full quota of 4 teammates and get kicked from the game. And it looks like Strike Team 6 are now holding out firm after recapturing Alpha, but they are going to have to keep an eye on their 6 o'clock flags here. With Echo and Foxtrot being captured, it could be an issue for them in the long run. 405 holding out strong at Foxtrot and Echo at the moment, but it looks like Spring is hitting them in a light tank, and that's definitely keeping the team at 405 from being able to attack Delta and Charlie. Otherwise, I think they would be in a good position now to recapture those flags. However, it does look like they're making an attempt on Delta, but with Oz moving in the train, I don't think they're going to have much opportunity to do much more than what they've done at Delta. But as things stand at the moment, they are still maintaining that cap, despite the train's presence on the flag. Lavish getting very close there to a shell. Lucky he wasn't actually killed there, but his teammate not so lucky. These shells are raining down a lot of damage. Obviously, if you're hitting the right points of the buildings, then you're going to create secondary debris, which in turn can kill the people down below. As things stand at the moment, as we move into the last 40 points of the round, 405 running out with 966 tickets to Strike Team 6's 809 tickets. So it looks like it's going to be a win to 405, but Strike Team 6 coming back very strong there, managing to get some flag domination. I definitely think they're not going to make it easy for 405 next round. Guys, if you like what you're watching, what you're listening to, thanks for joining me. I'm KLW Hitman Pike, eSports Shoutcaster with the Hardcore League. You are watching Strike Team 6 versus 405. And at the moment, let's just take a look at that scoreboard. We've got finders, keepers going 30 to 8. Let's just see if, there we go. We had him there for a minute. There he is. See how he's getting on, making use of the MG15. Obviously very effective with it as he's going 30 to 9. So we'll just land on him for a minute and see how he continues to get on. Looks like he's just headed down to Echo at the moment. These guys taking a big sigh of relief here on round 1, map 1. Okay guys, that was an excellent performance by both teams. Let's have a look. Alright. Alright, I've got them scores written down. Scores on the doors. Right guys, if you like what you're watching, tell me what you think. What would you do differently? Let me know in the chat. Alright guys, just look at those statistics there. It looks like we've got Skuro9 going 31 to 2, Silly Strange Boy 24 to 16, Spring Siamang 41-24 to 23, and on the other side, oh my god, it's FN Logan 33-23, Savage Boss 35-22, and Dom Behavior OG 17 and 21. So some mixed scores there across the board, guys. Both teams definitely have some work to do on their on themselves there, but that was a good first round. So here we are, guys, second round, first map. Just to remind you guys, we are playing 405 versus Strike Team 6. Okay guys, and welcome back here to round 2 map 1 here at the Hardcore League, and thanks for joining me. I'm KLW Hitman Pike Esports Showcaster, and you are watching 405 versus Strike Team 6. And this is a 24 versus 24 Conquest Hardcore match. If you like what you've been watching, guys, don't forget to hit that follow button. Let your Battlefield friends know that there is a competitive esports scene out there for Battlefield. And it looks like we are away, and if I'm not mistaken, Strike Team 6 are German in the blue and 405 are red British. 405 off to a very strong start there with both their light vehicles, and it looks like we're going to see quite a head-on here at Delta, as is quite typical of this map, with 405 landing on the objective and Strike Team 6 overshooting the flag, and it looks like they're going to concentrate on the rear objectives, but they might run into some armor there, which could be an issue for them. They also have infantry. Ooh, and just managed to blow up their vehicle, so let's see how things are going to look between the two communities through the eyes of Explosive Club. He's just going to head straight across the road there. Isn't going to put any effort into Delta. He's going to go straight for them back flags, and it looks like he's just going to hold back, do some recon. He's got an enemy tank that's just come round, so very sensible to hold back there, and he's already taken a little bit of fire there from Doomshot and unfortunately gone down. Go to Finders Keepers here, who had a very strong round last round. He managed to go 30 to 9 deaths, 30 kills to 9 deaths at the moment, making use of the MG15 and going down there to Kashmir Club. And it looks like the guys at 405 are firmly taking Charlie now. A little bit of resistance going to be coming in from the east in the form of Strike Team 6's Vanguard squad, but unfortunately they have all just gone down. Seeing also going for their tank at the moment, getting a good few kills there. And making use of the shotgun, just failing to get the kill though, unfortunately getting killed by his own teammate. And 405 now holding Echo Delta Charlie, and the two teams are neck and neck in terms of points at the moment. But it looks like 405 are starting to develop a flags lead, with them holding Echo firmly. It looks like they're going to be capping Alpha as well, which gives them the home objective of Strike Team 6, which is going to make it hard for them to bring their armor up to reinforce. But that said, Strike Team 6 have done the same thing and they've hit Foxtrot, but it does look like we've got a counter-attack going on from the guys at 405 as they move in on the objective. Spike just managing to trade there with Night Lizard, and between the two communities there is not much love lost on this objective. 405 starting to take the objective back, but Strike Team 6 have still got a sting in the tail as Great Saint Moore and Blessing Wind hold up there just as emergency spawns, still enabling Strike Team 6 to have a foothold on this objective. Looking over towards Echo, the guys holding firmly at the moment. We've got a lot of 405 moving up, but it looks like these guys are really going to struggle against this formation of Strike Team 6. And Mr. Seek just getting hunted down there, but managing to stay overt. But yeah, just got shot from about 3 different directions there. Let's look at the moment. Oh my dear, I didn't see that. Unfortunately, Strike Team 6's main armor piece going down to a mine there. No one clearing the road. To be honest, I didn't see the mine either, so those guys could definitely be forgiven. Looks like 405 are making use of the alleyway to funnel Strike Team 6, and once they come into that alleyway, they're into 405's kill zone. They're very vulnerable. There's very little cover. Well, there's no cover whatsoever in that alleyway, and there's nowhere to run except for forward. And of course, if you run forward, there's going to be a 405 waiting with an LMG. But it does look like Strike Team 6 have made use of the rat runs and got round on the 6 o'clock here of 405. Which was definitely the best approach. Instead of going down the Valley of Death, I would definitely advocate going on the flank for that. So let's just have a look from the top-down perspective how things are looking at the moment. Strike Team 6 currently out in the lead with 153 points to 405's 142. The two communities both running strong at the moment, but Strike Team 6 very much in the lead. And with 405 lagging behind. As we see, we've got one member, Lavish Horse, and he's on Delta. Oh, sorry, my apologies. He's on Bravo on his own. Just going down to a Strike Team 6 sniper, and it looks like we've got Spring in the tank here, taking definitely getting a lot of attention from the Strike Team 6 infantry. But he's not finding that too much of an issue at the moment. He's just brushing them off pretty easily. And it looks like he's got some support anyway. And some repairs as well, so he can definitely stay up for a little bit. 405 struggling to figure out how to deal with this tank at the moment. Trying to get some anti-tank hits down. We've got infantry moving in from that left flank. Unfortunately, just getting taken out by his own teammate in the tank, Spring, and Spring making up for it by getting a few kills there of actual enemies. And it looks like he's now moving around onto the flank just to try and probe Alpha from another direction. Medicine Owl and ERW, Private Z, all trying to deal with Spring at the moment, but none of them look really equipped apart from ERW. So for the time being, Spring is pretty safe. So he's got a couple guys who are repairing him. He might have been more sensible holding up that particular part of the flag. It's very condensed and there's not much room to move as a tank. But it does look like JSS man is moving up on 6 o'clock with some pretty effective firepower there, and has managed to do quite a lot of damage to him. And there he goes. 405 now in a strong position to retake Alpha. They don't really lose it, but it definitely started getting compromised. And Screw 09 and Murphy now the last man standing. So they haven't seen Screw in the shadow there. Just providing a spawn for Ryan, but it looks like Medicine Owl's onto their position already, and the two teams have just managed to go down, with Medicine Owl managing to get the two-piece there on Strike Team 6. Having a look at the top-down perspective at the moment, it looks like 405 are now holding a majority of flags, and they also have a ticket lead at 249 tickets to Strike Team 6's 237. So guys, let me know who you think's going to win this round based on what we've seen already. I'm very interested to hear what you guys have got to say in the chat. At the moment, covering G-Dog at the moment. He's on Delta, covering across down onto Charlie. Looks like he's got some friendlies down in that direction, covering as well. So as things stand, 405 taking a firm hold of the central position of the map, including Charlie and Delta, splitting Strike Team 6 down the middle, which could be problematic for Strike Team 6 at a later time.
We have taken objective Duff.
Right. Let's just have a look at that top-down perspective. Guys, if there's anyone you'd like me to view in particular, then don't forget to hit those bitties and let me know. Gonna cover Grey St. North for a minute there to find him. I'll just cover Murphy here for a minute, because Murphy was having a relatively decent round last round.
We have taken objective Charlie.
Currently concentrating himself on Alpha objective. Sorry, on Bravo objective. It's my dyslexia. And he's backed up by Selna and Screw 09.
Taken objective Freddy.
But by the looks of it, 405 are moving in and in a good position to attack this G. why Beast decided to PTFO and go for Bravo instead of concentrating on a prolonged firefight with the enemy Jeep, which you may or may not have the ammunition to deal with. But Valorant Beast holding out strong on Bravo at the moment.
We have lost objective apples.
Our objective has been captured by the enemy! Fix yourself up!
And it looks like just whilst that's going on over at Bravo, Charlie is turning into a bit of a concentrated firefight here, with many 405 members going down. So let's just try and get some perspective on what's just happened there at Charlie. It looks like Strike Team 6 made an attempt on it, but have had to pull their guys back in as they're losing Echo due to a light tank being on said objective. Got Buffalo at the moment who's going facing off with the tank and didn't quite manage to trade, but managed to get a grenade in there just before he went down. Great thing more, bringing up the 6th spot. Let's just land on Grader for a second. He's just holding firm on Echo. Nice and safe.
We have lost objective Freddy.
And the two communities seem to be well matched at the moment. Not much of a points lead in favour of 405, 389 to Strike Team 6 is 329. They can't, neither team can relax at the moment. Both teams are definitely going to have to keep their finger on the pulse, otherwise they risk losing what little ground that they've both gained, or not gained. And it looks like at the moment with 405 pulling out a Foxtrot, Strike Team 6 moving in quite strong numbers there, and it doesn't look like it's going to leave 405 with much opportunity to provide a defence. But it looked like Doc Rusty just made some attempt at the defence and his friend Ability, but unfortunately they both went down to Strike Team 6 bullets. And Strike Team 6 now holding firm on Foxtrot, not seeing any immediate danger, so it looks like for the time being they can concentrate back on Delta and Charlie, which are two quite important objectives, especially Charlie. But it looks like Bravo is slightly compromised as well. They don't want to lose Bravo. Bravo is the most strategically important of all the flags. It gives you access to all parts of the map, and without it, you know, you don't have a, you know, you're too vulnerable. So 405 again at the moment, holding out strong, taking a few hits here from Strike Team 6. Looks like they've got a couple of guys that are determined to break through here, but that's a lot of 405 for Strike to go up against. Strike taking position in the higher ground, but 405 also doing it likewise. The two communities are very well balanced here, but Strike Team 6 doesn't quite have the same numbers, and it looks like they are down to a lone survivor. 405 now holding Bravo firm. Aussie deciding to move in on his own just to make an attempt on Bravo. He's got some support from his teammates now, and that's caused 405 to come rushing back into the objective, and it looks like Cash is in a good position just to get a few kills there, but Silly Strange Boy managed to shoot him up there along with Aussie, and Doomshot coming in there making an attempt on one of the players, but just getting picked off in the street. With Silly Strange Boy now going on the 2-piece, and Lavish Horse moving round, and it looks like Aussie's got him. So these guys very much holding out firm at the moment, demonstrating how to cover each other. It's all about covering your other squad mate, not covering yourself, and that is definitely good to be seen. Hey Kevin, what's going on? Good to have you in the chat, my man. How are you this evening? You got an ice cold bird. Alright, let's take a look at how we're getting on here at Foxtrot, because Foxtrot has been a bone of contention between the two communities over the last 5 minutes, with 405 only recently just recapturing it from Strike Team 6, who in turn had just recently captured it from 405. So they are very much aware of their surrounding flags. You know, they're not just concentrating on Delta, Charlie, Bravo. They're going to be concentrating on the outside flags as well, which is definitely a good idea on these large-scale rounds. And if I'm not mistaken, Savage the Boss managing to get a shot off on Sheldon there, leaving Foxtrot now clear of any immediate contacts from Strike Team 6. Just going to take a look at how things look on Echo at the moment, and the two communities going off against each other head to head, with 405 on the objective, Strike Team 6 moving round, making use of the rat run flank to get a number of kills there, and Nightwolf managing to get at least 3 or 4 kills there as he moved round. Absolutely brilliant teamwork, brilliant choreography by Strike Team 6, and it looks like even the 405 guys upstairs are taking a lot of heat, and unfortunately Sheldon going down to explosive clubs, friendly bullets there, but these things do happen on Hardcore League. It's hard to avoid. But Strike Team 6 just demonstrating how to take the flag effectively there. Just going to cover Don here for a minute. Don Behaviour moving in on the 6 o'clock of Strike Team, attempting to take Echo, but going down to Explosive Club. And it looks like Night Lizard is up and making the same attempt, but going down to Finder of Keepers. And it looks like just Don Behaviour is on his own there now. Strike Team 6 have been holding out firm up until now, but it looks like 405 are making a very concerted effort on Echo. But they are still managing not to actually capture it, so you know, they're going to have to try harder than that, going to have to rethink their tactics. But as things stand between the two communities at the moment, 405 are in the lead with 596 tickets to Strike Team 6's 491. 405 at the moment defending, making an attack from Foxtrot to Echo, but not having much luck there. We've got a light tank going up against these, and he's going up against a heavy tank, which is definitely not what you want to see when you're in a light tank. Unfortunately, these light tanks don't have a lot of armour. All they are pretty much is a gun and an engines. And as demonstrated there, Savage the Boss just going down to Blessing win there, or other way round. Right, and it looks like Strike Team 6 are manipulating 405 6 o'clock and making an attempt on Foxtrot. However, this has not gone unnoticed, and Sideshow Bob and Savage the Boss moving in now, going to be in a hell of a position to hit Strike Team 6. I'm not too sure how much of a view he's got, but he's got Nightwolf straight to 12 o'clock, and the rest of these guys all are on Foxtrot's side of the bull room, which makes them very vulnerable to hits from his tank. But as things stand at the moment, he's just making an attempt with the shotgun, but not managing to get any kills there. Sideshow Bob just going down to Explosive Club, who is in the background with his, I assume that's a Hell Regal. Yeah, it looked like a Hell Regal there with his drum. And Savage the Boss shutting off Foxtrot to Strike Team 6. However, they still have the numbers on the flag, and it looks like Savage alone will not be able to push these guys completely off the objective, which would be quite frustrating for him. But that said, all he needs is some teammates to spawn on him, and it does look like people are managing to successfully land some shots on him there at Foxtrot. So he probably doesn't want to be sitting around for too long just doing nothing, otherwise that puts him in a vulnerable position. And it does look like he went down there to Sheldon, who's now moving into the objective just to shore it up. There's no immediate contact towards their spawn, but however, looking towards Echo, we've got a steady flood of 405 coming in. Not exactly a lot of danger from that perspective, but when you consider Doc Rusty and Savage the Boss moving in from the other flank, it definitely, you know, opening up a second front could be an issue for them at Foxtrot, and it does look like that has already been an issue for them as Foxtrot gets captured very quickly there by the guys from 405. See how things are looking over at Charlie with Doomshot keeping his head down but making a good attempt there with his pistol. And definitely struggling there, but G-Dog keeping an eye out down to Delta there. He's going to have them come into his view any minute now, so he needs to keep his head down whilst being able to put fire out. If I was in his position right now, I'd defend from the centre of the flag. I wouldn't bother going out there too far, because the risk is that you're going to end up getting sniped by someone sitting back. And if you can let the enemy come to you, that's obviously going to be a better scenario for everybody. It looks like G-Dog's got a few enemy contacts though to speak of at Charlie, and he's concentrating on them now with his I think that's KA-98 if I'm not mistaken. 98. One or two members moving down the bottom, just taking his time with those shots, managing to get a few kills along the way. Very steady hands. It's gone in his favour. So let's just have a look at how things are looking from the top-down perspective. And as things stand, we've got the guys over at Strike Team 6 holding Charlie, but however they're not managing to hold Delta, but they have also got a lock on Bravo. So to be fair, between the two teams, you know, it's not a massive divide. It's still only 100 points as we move into the last 250 tickets of the first map, second round. And covering Sheldon 714, as he makes his way across from cover to cover, utilising the buildings to get access to Delta objective without getting compromised. So yeah, both communities are on point at the moment. I'd say it's been a very tight game so far. Last round only came down to 101 tickets difference, which is really incredible considering this is 405's first game with us. My apologies, not their first game, but what, you know, they're quite new to the league. And between the two communities at the moment, there isn't many points. There's still only a points divide of 100 points to the ticket. So it could go in favour of either community. Strike Team 6 do need to pick up their pace though a little bit and really PTFO on these objectives, otherwise they're going to leave themselves with 2 losses. But looks like they're moving in now on Echo, and Echo's going to be their main position of concentration. But he is going to need more support than just himself to keep that objective, especially if he doesn't want 405 just coming back on him and hitting him hard. As things stand at the moment, he has no support, and could definitely do with it. But Echo isn't quite as important as Charlie, Delta and Bravo at the moment, and as things stand at the moment, they also don't have Bravo. So the two teams, you know, they need to, you know, figure out each other's sort of play, which is hard to do for Strike Team 6 because they've not seen 405 play before, and vice versa for 405. The other, oh, nice kill by Rapture there. Rapture getting a lovely axe to the temple, axe to the dome, and unfortunately getting killed as he walks out of the door by the Krakeen knife. That is definitely a good performance by both teams. Again, that split is only down now at 90 points, so between the two communities they are working extremely hard to definitely take each other on, and as things stand, they are not able to really shift much beyond that 100 points divide, which will make the last few 100 points very interesting. But 405 very much out in the lead at the moment, with Strike Team 6 coming out just behind. Hey Guff, what's going on, my man? Good to have you in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Got a few other people in here as well, and we're all just enjoying some competitive Battlefield 1. Oh, and it looks like Rapture just got slaughtered there by Cambo Bubba as he flanked him, making use of his pistol. And a bit of reinforcements from the guys at Foxtrot. And it looks like these guys are also going to start taking a little bit of artillery. Strike Team 6 now have a train to call on, so if things get too crazy for them, they will be able to fall back on that train, which is currently on full health. So just looking at the top-down perspective, guys, seeing how things look, and at the moment we have 405 pretty much putting their main concentration into keeping Foxtrot and Echo. Bravo is taking less concentration, but I would imagine once they realise how vulnerable Bravo is, they might send a horde our way. But that is yet to be seen, and they might not necessarily. So, but as things stand, Bravo is nice and getting capped by the 405, giving Strike Team 6 something to think about for their performance.
We have lost objective.
Objective's been lost! Make them pay!
Alright, just covering Lavish Horse 4129 at the moment. He's covering Bravo in return, and looks like they have got some armour coming in that I can hear. If that is the case, then I would imagine this guy will be... no, it doesn't look like he's got assault, my apologies. It looks like he's actually got a medic.
We have lost objective
See
Freddy.
how everyone's getting on, kill their free. Let's see if we can find Doom. Right, Doom, how are you getting on, Doom? Making use of the RSC? No, the Mondragon infantry. Fair enough. If I'm not mistaken. And doing a good job of surviving at the moment. It wasn't just a fluke last round, I knew it'd be good. Right. Not long left now till the end of the round as we move into the last 50 points, guys. 405 holding the lead there still, and looks like the guys are struggling a little bit.
We are losing.
But the yeah, definitely a good performance so far by both teams. Strike Team 6 need to step up a little bit, but see how they get on with the second map. This might just be not their map of choice. We've got Argon for our second map, and it'll be interesting to see how they approach it differently to this map, because obviously it is a vastly different map.
We have taken objective
Alright, let's just look at that top-down perspective and see how things look with 405 currently holding Bravo, and Foxtrot a swing flag. They are definitely struggling to pick up that points tickets lead. So there's not many points left now. We're literally into the last 20 points of the round. I think both teams so far have been performing quite well, but they need to. But Strike Team 6 definitely need to get into their full stride, really. I don't think they're bringing their best game tonight, but you know, that's yet to be seen. As I say, it might just not be their map of choice, which can of course give the other team an advantage. But who knows? Who knows? But guys, that was round 2, map 1.
bombardiere nemico. Visto?
A sentry kit is available near your location.
Ausrücken! Feindliches Flugzeug gesichtet!
Return to the combat area. We are losing objective Butter. We have lost objective Edward.
Okay guys, and we're off here at round 1 map 2 here at the Hardcore League, and if I'm not mistaken, Strike Team 6 in the right hand corner representing the German Empire, and 405 representing the Doughboys in the left hand corner. And at the moment it looks like 405 are out quite strong with an immediate cap on Alpha Bravo and quite an early cap on Charlie as well, giving them Hellfire Junction, and that is definitely going to go in their favour to begin with. Looks like Strike Team 6 now moving up with one strong vanguard. With the two communities colliding in such a way, I would imagine we're going to see a front line develop, and if 405 are sensible, they'll hold the Strike Team 6 team at Charlie. It's the thinnest point of the map, and it's going to be the easiest for them to pinch all the defense areas, but they might feel like they want to push up. Looks like we're seeing a bit of a push here at Delta. I'm just seeing if it's going to allow me to let's have a look at what's going on here at Delta as 405 move up on the flank, and looks like they're in a good position here now to get here on Strike Team 6's Delta objective, and that's going to definitely cause Strike Team 6 to have to pull themselves off Charlie. However, they might sacrifice this flag and just concentrate on Charlie, because Delta is easier to recapture than Charlie is. And with Strike Team 6 so dedicated to Charlie at the moment, they might just feel that they are unable to respond to Delta at the moment. 405 capturing it pretty firmly. Got Cav Scout making an attempt. Looks like he's got a buddy spawned in on him. Ability 12 keeping these guys distracted, and I Need Sleep up on the left, just ready to flank and ready to get these guys as they run down the trench. But Spring Siam just coming in with the revive and managing Cav Scout to get across into the objective, leading I Need Sleep to get taken out by Spring Siam 41, and Strike Team 6 having a firm hold on Delta there. Just looking at the rest of the map, Strike Team 6 still struggling here on Charlie. Not much opportunity for them to get onto the objective, as 405 are holding it so firmly. So guys, if there's anything you want to see, anyone you want to see in particular, then do let me know. I'm just going to land on ERW and see how he's getting on. However, I'm not seeing his name out there. He might have he might have subbed himself out of the game. Let's see. No. Oh, there he is. Yeah, no, he is there. Concentrating his efforts on Echo at the moment. ERW representing 405 team leader, and he's the guy responsible, along with Grey St. Moore, for setting up today's 24 versus 24 match. So it's those guys we have to thank. And unfortunately, ERW there just going down as he enters the dungeons there at Echo, and seeing the teams get a bit more spread out here. But we've got a little bit of an attack by Strike Team 6 on the home flags, and 405 made a bit of a mistake. They've not left anyone back covering the home flags. The nearest cover they've got is Night Lizard, and he is not moving at the moment, so it looks like Strike Team 6 are going to get a pretty firm hold there, which, if anything, that's going to give them a good opportunity to come up on the 6 o'clock there of the main force at Charlie. And that's going to turn it into a two-pronged attack, so they're going to be in a position to be able to pincer on Charlie. Now this is what Strike Team 6 does. They like to hold back. I think they like almost give the opposing team Charlie, and then they like to probe for weaknesses. Once they find that weakness, they get onto those back flags. It's a very interesting and very unique sort of approach to this map, and it's only one that I've seen Strike Team 6 do. The other teams tend to go on for a more head-on approach and just try and buffer their way through. Ooh, two teams all springtime just going down to I need sleep there. Just landing himself for a minute. He's throwing a few fire from the hips, just going down there. And it looks like these guys, Medicine Owl and the guys at 405, are moving up onto Echo, hoping for an easy flanking manoeuvre. But we'll see how that works for them. And it looks like they haven't got any immediate contacts, so they're in a good position now to get in on that flag. Excuse me. And satisfied that the flag is safe to move in on, and now moving on to Echo Actual. Let's just have a look at the top-down perspective, see how things are looking. Strike Team 6 are definitely in a very weak position now. They only maintain Bravo, and even that is a swing flag. Echo is now looking like it's going firmly in favour of 405, and the same with Bravo. However, Strike Team 6 have managed to hustle themselves together and get onto Alpha objective with very little resistance there from 405. We've got Doc Rusty running in the background, but I think him on his own, he's going to struggle up against best part of 6 or 7 Strike Team 6 members. However, no one's looking out towards the spawn at the moment, which I'm actually quite surprised about. These guys are all covering various directions, but no one is covering out towards Doc Rusty's position, and as a result, he's been able to perch himself up on that rock, which is going to give him a sight into Alpha objective. So Strike Team 6 are a little bit lackadaisical there about their covering their corners. Right, let's have a look from the top-down perspective, see how we're getting on here. Looks like 405 are out in the lead with 280 tickets to Strike Team 6's 155. I'm seeing a lot of blue on red there on the map at the moment. Strike Team 6 seem to be going down, getting a lot of kills here on Alpha, and I believe 405 have just come along and completely cleared Alpha out. They've still got Sheldon. Sheldon's sensible. He's going to hold back and let someone spawn on him. Unfortunately, he ran in there and decided to lone wolf it, which was not a sensible tactic. Strike Team 6, however, seem to be yo-yoing now between Alpha and Bravo. They'll lose Alpha, so they'll move on to Bravo. They'll gain Bravo, and then they'll move on to Alpha. They'll lose at Bravo, and then they'll gain Alpha. So, you know, we're seeing a lot of yo-yoing here. They seem to have taken their concentration off Charlie. But one thing that is definitely not going in their favour at the moment is the fact that Delta and Echo are firmly 405s. But we could see a successful attack from Strike Team 6 here on Charlie as Sean House moves up, unfortunately going down to casualties there. We do still have 1 or 2 members left on with Strike Team 6 moving in on Charlie objective. Whether they will be enough is yet to be seen. Charlie is a very open objective, and it's extremely hard to maintain it unless you have a very large squad, and these guys at the moment are only running as a 4-man squad, so it could be an issue for them. It looks like a couple of them just managed to get burnt up there. One of the team members trying to jump from the bridge, but unfortunately dying in mid-air there, leaving the flag open for Doomshot and a couple of his guys from 405 to move up and take Charlie with very little resistance as the bodies burn in the background there. So we are now at 388 tickets for 405 to Strike Team 6's 207. Strike Team 6 not having the best of rounds tonight, it has to be said. They did come out extremely strong in the first round after an initial weak start, but to be honest, things could pick up for them a little bit. Let's just have a look and see how things are looking at the moment on Bravo. With Strike Team 6 makes an attempt to land on the objective, and it looks like there's no immediate contacts coming in, and 405 basically just concentrating on Charlie defense. They're now holding them pretty firmly there, but it looks like Echo's dropping in the background. We've got a few contacts going on here, just landing on silly Strange Boy. So he runs through Echo at the moment and gives that machine gun a run for its money. He's got the MG suppressor on, so it's definitely not a run and gun weapon. Not really that suitable for this map, but he's just managed a team kill there, unfortunately. Just swapping kits with the guy he just team killed, so I think he was just a little bit worried about the MG15 in the close quarters proximity, and I definitely can't blame him for that. I suppose at least every cloud has a silver lining, but it looks like he got by Medicine Owl, and that leaves... no, I think Medicine Owl is pretty much outnumbered there by Strike Team 6 members, so it's definitely going to be down to Strike Team 6 to move in on Delta here, I think, and it does look like that's started happening initially. Just have a look at that top-down perspective view there on Delta. As 405 move in, you can see where people are positioned, and we've got a large contingent of Strike Team 6 moving across the open into Delta from Echo, and only one member there, unfortunately. Oh, my apologies. See how we look from Strike Team 6's perspective. As Assassin moves in, just unfortunately getting taken down after getting the 1P. Sorry, Jessman, not Assassin. That's my bad. And Strike Team 6 now only holding the 2 objectives, and having lost their foothold at Alpha, they are really in a bad position. However, they've got the train, and they're going to be moving it up and bringing it into position on Charlie. So that's going to definitely give them some help to be able to take that out. Well, at the moment we're going 405 going 524 tickets to Strike Team 6's 279. So Strike Team 6 are really struggling now. They're bringing the main train into play, and as things stand, Raptor Demon just making use of the main cannon there just to try and put a few kills down, but struggling somewhat, and making themselves known on Hellfire Junction, but they are taking a lot of hits. I would imagine the majority of 405 now concentrating. Yeah, it looks like the majority of them are going assault class to try and deal with the train as soon as possible. The train taking a lot of hits here from 405, but it's still not going to be able to stop it initially taking some of these flags. With only a 250 points ticket divide at the moment, both teams are in a good position where they could win. Strike Team 6 are now in a position where they're bleeding 405 nicely, and the train is doing its work, but as you can see, it's already down to 50% health. It's taking a lot of hits. They're going to have to be really quick about getting that train in and used. Ideally, they're going to be wanting to use it as a spawn at this stage to get onto Alpha, and it does look like 1 or 2 people are starting to bug out now and head out onto Alpha objective. which is the best place to go. Nightwolf being one of them, to do with some support. Looks like the defence is now starting at Alpha with Doomshot coming in, managing to get the infantry, and it looks like Doomshot has managed to save the day for the time being. And let's just have a look and see how things are on Charlie. With Hellfire Junction now in possession of Strike Team 6, it's down to 405 to recapture that objective, and as you guys know well and truly through personal experience, it is an extremely hard objective to capture. It's not one that we like to spend a lot of time on. Compared to Delta, for example, which is a very defensive objective, it's actually quite fun to defend. Obviously it's designed for it, and relatively to the bridge, it's definitely a lot easier to maintain. However, Charlie objective is absolutely strategically vital, and is the most important out of all the objectives. And looks like 405 are now retaking Hellfire Junction. Strike Team 6 moving in, trying to take possession of the high ground. Not really managing to there. 405 still holding out strong with looks like a few hits coming in there from across the way. But that said, the train is now back. Unfortunately, the train getting a few team kills there with only a quarter of the health left. They are really going to have to be quick about making the most of it on Charlie. That's if they lose that objective, then I'd say it's game over for them. But we will see. Did anyone make a note of the points at the end of the last round? I didn't write them down, unfortunately. It looks like Strike Team 6 now holding out Charlie. There goes the train, with 405 managing a hit on the train, unfortunately for Strike Team 6 there. That will be extremely hard for them to maintain their hold on Charlie. 405 definitely have shown themselves to be the more dynamic of the two communities tonight. But that said, where the train has actually decided to blow up, it's going to make it quite hard. It's going to change the fights up quite a lot. It's going to make it quite dynamic here. It's not actually a scenario I've seen before with the train blowing up on the bridge itself. So that's going to obviously make things very hard for Strike Team 6 to move onto Charlie from their position, despite their valiant effort. Looks like 405 are taking it back firmly. However, Delta is looking like it's going towards Strike Team 6, and I think that is pretty much that. With 714 tickets to 405 and 407 tickets to Strike Team 6. Strike Team 6 are really going to have to pull their fingers out if they hope to even attempt to keep up with 405. 405 being the newer of the two communities, Strike Team 6 being with us a while. However, 405 despite their sticky start over the last couple of weeks, they have definitely brought their A game tonight against Strike Team 6. So guys, if you like what you're watching, don't forget to hit that follow button. Yeah, what would you say is an upset there, Defcrim? I say these two communities here at the moment are fairly well matched. However, Strike Team 6 really are starting to fall behind now, and 405 are well and truly out ahead there. So well done to them so far, considering it is only their second or third match. They're definitely on point. I'd say they're learning from their losses and learning from their mistakes, which they've had a few of over the last month or so, talking to their team leaders. But as I say to all the team leaders, especially the new team leaders, you've got to start somewhere, and it does get easier as time goes on, and a lot of these teams do find their stride. Looks like Strike Team 6 trying to make an attempt on 405's position at Delta, but as I mentioned, it is a position that is designed to be held, and Strike Team 6 are definitely up against it there, unfortunately for them. But it does look like they've got a foothold there on the bunker to our closest there. With Barman Beast moving around at 6 o'clock, he's going to possibly get taken out by some of the guys in the bunker if he's not careful. He needs to get a grenade in that bunker ASAP, and looks like he's going to use his rifle to clear it out, and is managing to do it pretty effectively. So let's just have a look at the scoreboard and see how the two communities are faring up. Let's just cover Rapture here for a minute and see how he's getting on. Just managing to get the one piece there, and soon to follow it up by the two pieces. He did just manage the dead man's click. It's just a good job he was in such close proximity. Very brutal knife kill there, stabbing the guy through the neck, and now making use of the AT round, getting a very close hit there. But he's running quite low on ammo. He's going to need an ammo hit soon. We're now running at 874 tickets in favour of 405. Strike Team 6 is 489. And it looks like Strike Team 6 are struggling to hold even Delta as 405 move up and take it with extreme prejudice. Landing the grenades in there before they head in. Looks like someone's had the common sense to put some smoke and make it really confusing. Of course, with this being hardcore, there was no map to reference, and looks like the guy's just managing to get a good set of kills there. Rapture going kill for kill there. Actually lost count the amount of kills he's managed to get, but definitely doing a good job with it. Running point at the moment for his team on Delta objective. Not the easiest objectives to capture. It is an objective that is designed for being defensive, and these guys are using those defences well. Unfortunately, Rapture going down there, but managing to get a fair few kills on his way through there. Definitely worth clipping there, I think. If anyone would be so kind. So guys, if you like what you're watching, what you're listening to, don't forget to hit that follow button. This is Hardcore League, Battlefield's largest, most professional competitive outlet. Yes! Sorry, my cat just scratched me to death. She does that. And you guys check us out. Booth, Master Flex, making an attempt on the guys that are left on 405. He needs to get his gas mask on there, otherwise he's going to end up dying quick time. And needs to get his meds out. Looks like he's just decided to back off instead. And not much left. We're moving into the last 50 points for this round. And both communities performing extremely well. However, Strike Team 6 haven't been able to bring it to the table quite as well as 405. 405 has just been dynamic enough to keep 1 foot ahead of Strike's rear guard tactics. And at the moment, Strike could be in a very strong position to capture Charlie, but they don't seem to have realised that is the case. Let's see how Rapture's getting on here. He's going to move in. Rapture having quite a strong round here, with just 15 points left here of round 2, match 2. There's very little bit left to be said, I think, but both communities have had a good game there. Rapture just getting a few kills just at the end there, and that was an extremely good round from both communities. Right. Okay, so that'll be another win for 405. Alright guys, and we'll be kicking back off for round 2, map 2 here shortly, between two communities, 405 versus Ace. Sorry, versus Strike Team 6. I don't know where I got Ace from. Wow, it's been a long day. I can tell I'm getting a little bit tired now. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the game so far. It's been definitely some interesting outcomes. Strike Team 6 having a very close comeback there in the first quarter. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be going so strongly for them recently. And we're off, ladies and gentlemen. And both teams off to a strong start there, with 405 representing the German Empire in the red, and Strike Team 6 representing the Doughboys and the US of A, the very young US of A. And straight away looks like the majority of the team are going for Charlie with both teams. That said, 405 have made the mistake possibly of sending one too many members to Delta. Really, you just want to concentrate as many people as possible on Hellfire Junction, which is definitely going to be living up to its name right about now as the two teams collide head-on unilateral. And it'll be interesting to see how they are going to perform this time. It does look like 405 are taking the immediate lead again from Strike Team 6. With Charlie being firmly in their grip. So let's have a look at the top-down perspective, see how things look. At the moment, 405 looks like they're going to be moving straight up to Bravo, not holding out at Charlie, keeping a squad in reserve there, which is definitely sensible. And I'd say as things stand between Bravo and Charlie at the moment, Strike Team 6 have got a very strong chance of getting in and pushed onto Charlie. There's very little resistance there at the moment, so if they just probe, as Strike Team 6 are very effective at, then they've got a good chance of breaking through. Unfortunately, Grey St. Maur just getting taken out there by Storm. His 6 o'clock wasn't checking his corners as he was running through, and there was someone lay in wait for him there. Buffalo just moving up with his LMG, one of the flanks, making use of a rat run at the moment. And it looks like these guys are just a little bit further up ahead. Grey St. Maur is back in with the smoke, making use of the M320 smoke, which is a very sensible idea. Smoke is a very effective weapon, especially on this map. And it's going to make it easier for his team to be able to push up undetected. And it looks like Grey St. Maur is now, unfortunately, just so close, but yet so far. And he was the only member that actually managed to break through. And it looks like 405 are cleaning up anyone that's breaking through beyond Charlie objective. So I think as things stand at the moment, Strike Team 6 are really going to struggle to get much beyond Bravo. They are currently holding Charlie, but I would imagine with 405 holding Alpha as well, leaving them in a good position to hit Charlie from both directions. Strike Team 6 are going to struggle to hold that position. Just take a look inside here and see how things are progressing. Total Scroll just holding back there, managing to get a few kills there, and someone hitting the shells in the background. These guys are having to watch themselves, but let's just take a look at the top-down perspective and see how it's all looking. Still with Charlie being vied over between the two communities. Strike Team 6 currently holding it, but losing it to one or two members of 405. It looks like nice little kill there by one of the SWAT members as he runs across the bridge. And 405 Funkmaster Kush just managing to hold out there underneath on his own, but unfortunately going down to Explosive Club. He was in a good position there to possibly do some damage, but Doomshot managing to get the kill there and revenge his buddy. And let's just have a look at how things are progressing over at Bravo, because it looks like the two communities are really going head to head. So I'm just covering Awesome 26 at the moment. He's making use of the new DLC weapon, the Fedorov, if I'm not mistaken, with a pretty cool skin there, it has to be said. By the looks of it, he's just holding the rear guard there, very effectively moving around, just demonstrating how decent that weapon is. Almost getting taken out by a grenade there, but just managing to stay out of it.
We are losing objective Charlie.
Looks like he's got the looks like he's got things pretty locked down. Thought he was going to go for the team kill there, but he managed to have the self-discipline not to. Managing to get the revives, very sensible, good to see, good teamwork. At the moment, seeing a lot of red on blue on that scoreboard. So let's just have a look at that top-down perspective, because as things look at the moment, Strike Team 6 are currently holding the majority, but Charlie and Delta are swing flags. And let's just have a look at how things are progressing. We've got Mr. Meeseek making use of the new DLC weapon, and just running around there.
We have taken objective Edward.
Just providing cover on the flanks, mopping up, working his way into the centre, I would imagine. I thought that was an enemy there. It's not. It's a friendly. It's my bad. Thought he was going to go for the knife kill then. Looks like he's got some contacts up in the bunker though.
We have lost
to work on. Let's just see who's performing well, who's having a good little round here at the moment. Manny the man over at Strike Team 6. Let's just see how he's getting on. If I can find him, just bear with me guys. I will find him. I just